Hey, you YouTube and Snapchat and fuckers. We made it to another end of another week, and you know what that means. It's time for your favorite internet show, the Friday wrap-up. Gee, I got so excited I almost tripped over my own tongue there. Well, before we get started, I'd like to just tip my hat to today's libation. And I'd like to thank the fine lads in Ireland over at Jameson's Irish Whiskey. Today we're drinking a little Jameson's Cold Brew. Now this is Irish whiskey that is brewed with coffee. Two of my favorite fucking things. So I use this as an ingredient, but in a cocktail. But before I show you the cocktail, I just want to show you what this stuff looks like. Okay, so I'm going to pour a little shot here. Okay, I mean, why not? It's Friday. Look at that. That looks like coffee, right? I mean, it tastes like whiskey, but it's got that little coffee kick at the end of it. Okay? So, well, you know what? I'm gonna down this shot. I don't put shots now. Oh, that's nice. So, I used this in an ingredient for a cocktail that I came up with. Okay? And I call it an Irish iced coffee, real simple. So you put I put about 2 fingers of Jameson's cold brew in there, and then I topped it with some Irish cream. So, I mean, this thing is just pure fucking booze. So, you know what? Salud, to drink up and be somebody. Woo, good Lord. That'll put a little starch in your bloomers. So, let's get started, shall we? What a fucking week we had, right? Wow. Okay, so first, we had a nor'easter on Monday, okay? I don't know why people are fucking surprised that we had a fucking, that it snowed for like 2.5 days, okay? I mean, yeah, it dropped a couple of feet of fucking snow. But again, I don't understand why people are shocked. First of all, 2021 officially told 2020 to hold its beer. So, I mean, an epic snowstorm was just in the cards. All right, at that point. And unless we not forget, it's fucking February. It's supposed to snow. So, it drives me crazy. Like, around Christmas time, everybody's going, I hope it snows on Christmas. Which, you know what? That's the most inconvenient fucking time of the year for snow. Everybody wants a white Christmas and they gotta go outside and fucking shovel. But if it snows in February, everybody panics. Oh my God. Oh, this is terrible. I'm so over winter. Shut the fuck up. I mean, seriously. It's just snow, okay? It's wintertime. It's supposed to snow, okay? So, again, when it snows, people just go into fucking panic mode, which drives me up a goddamn wall. I gotta go to the supermarket and stock up because they're never gonna get to the fucking store again, okay? And, of course, everybody wants French toast when it snows. I don't know why. You can't find bread, milk, or eggs. It never ceases to fucking amaze me. Then that brings me to people who drive in the winter. Now, listen, I have a truck, okay? I drive a fucking tank. I purposely bought a truck with 4-wheel drive so that way when it does snow, I'm not stuck anywhere, okay? But that doesn't mean you go fucking joyriding in the snow, all right? I mean, unless you have to, or you gotta go to work or something, then it's acceptable. But if you don't have to go out, just fucking stay where the fuck you are, okay? I personally don't mind driving in the snow. I like it because there's nobody else around, supposedly. But, just because you got 4-wheel drive doesn't mean you do fucking 90 in the snow. I mean, because underneath the snow, you know what there is? Ice. And ice is ice. It don't matter. 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, whatever the fuck. You're still going to slide. When you hit the brake, you're still going to fucking, you're still going to hydroplane. So just take it easy, all right? Just because you got 4-wheel drive doesn't mean you drive like an asshole. Now, that being said, all-wheel drive is not 4-wheel drive. All-wheel drive is good for like rain, light snow, slippery conditions, shit like that. The fucking nor'easter, this blizzard that we had, if you got all-wheel drive, you're getting stuck. So just fucking stay home, okay? Don't aggravate people that have a properly equipped vehicle. Next. This disturbs me to no end. People who have a regular car, like front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, that insist on going out in the fucking snow, in this inclement weather. I just want to run these motherfuckers off the road. I don't understand what's wrong with them. Now, Monday, I had to go to the bank. For that's a topic for another show. So of course, naturally, before I left the house, I called the bank to make sure they were open, and I got the recording that said they were open, which it turned out they weren't. They lied. But anyhow, so I'm coming down the main road, not being a jerk off, just driving normal pace. And there's a goddamn Honda Civic in front of me, fucking swerving both lanes. I mean, just fishtailing. Why is this out? Why is this retard out? So of course, naturally, I go around and fucking gun it and bury him in a pile of snow. Because that's the kind of jerk off I am. I don't give a shit. That's how you learn. So, and of course, we're going to get more snow on Sunday. So, don't put the fucking shovel and the goddamn snow boots away just yet. Okay, kids? So that was Monday. Okay, and then, of course, Tuesday was Groundhog Day. Actually, it's been fucking Groundhog Day for the last year. I mean, seriously, every day is the same. I don't even know what fucking day of the week it is anymore, except for Fridays when I do the show, which is kind of my goalpost to set me up for the next week. So, I don't understand. This is a weird thing about me. I actually like Groundhog Day. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've always had this dream of going to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Ever since I saw the movie, I always wanted to go to the town because it's a big celebration there. And the night before, open the little box that they keep the groundhog in and kill it, and then put it back in. So that way in the morning everybody opens it up and you got a fucking dead groundhog. I know I'm a little fucked up, but I mean, come on. How fucking funny would that be? So anyway, that little fuck Punxsutawney Phil, which by the way, okay, just while we're on the topic of groundhogs, okay, there's only one. The rest of them are fucking, wannabes, all right? So I only go by the one in PA because that one is always fucking accurate, okay? Look, it predicted fucking coronavirus. Last year, on Groundhog Day, they pulled the fucking groundhog out. It didn't see its shadow, predicted an early spring, and then said something in fucking Cantonese and crawled back into its hole. That tells you it's going to be nice, but we're going to have the fucking coronavirus. So, he's always accurate. Anyhow, this little motherfucker predicted 6 more weeks of winter. Like I said, 2021 told 2020, hold my beer, all right? So, like I said, he's the only accurate one. I don't go by the ones on Long Island. Matter of fact, the ones on the island, there's 2 on the island, right? There's one in Malvern, and Hopog Hal or Holbrook Hal, whatever the fuck. They had virtual Groundhog Days. How do you fucking do Groundhog Day virtually? So, we got to go by what they said. They took the thing out, apparently, and it didn't see its shadow, so it's saying early spring on the island. Don't believe it. We're going to get fucking 6 more weeks of winter. And don't even get me started on Staten Island Chuck, because that's not the original Staten Island Chuck. In case you guys forgot or you weren't aware of this, the original Staten Island Chuck was killed tragically by Mayor Muppet Hands. I kid you not. The first official act that this Muppet had as a fucking mayor in 2014 when he won the election was, to ring in Groundhog Day. So he picks they handed him the groundhog. He didn't even pick it up. Now, keep in mind, this fucking lurch is like 6'2", 6'3". So he picks the fucking thing up. He's holding it up here. So it's like another couple of inches, and then I don't know what the fuck happened. He dropped it. He dropped on the fucking television. He dropped the fucking groundhog and hit the ground and then died 2 days later from internal hemorrhaging. I mean, when you think of it to scale, that's like dropping a baby off the top of a fucking building and expecting it to live. So the first day on his first official act as mayor is he killed the fucking groundhog in Staten Island, and that should have been a fucking omen as to how this administration was going to go. Yeah, take a look. So, I mean, it just... So, that's how our week got started, So it's been a hell of a week. Your Corona update. In case you guys have been living under a rock. So, get this shit. The New York City Health Commissioner another stellar member of Mayor Muppet Hands' administration, Dr. David Chakshi, he's an Indian fellow. He tested positive for the wolf flu. Now, this is the guy that's in charge of all the health in the city, right? He gets the fucking wolf flu, but listen how. He caught it while volunteering at New York City vaccination sites, which he was only doing so that he could be eligible to get the vaccine. So you imagine this shit now? This is why the city is in the fucking state that it's in. The top health official in the city only volunteered at these city vaccination sites so that he could be eligible for this fucking vaccine. And he caught the fucking coronavirus. So my guess is he probably caught it beforehand. And now he's there helping people get vaccinated and infecting them with the fucking virus. You can't make this shit up. I don't understand how these fucking things happen. I don't understand. Wow, it's just never ending. On to Governor Nostrils. He said that he would let New York City. Remember last week I said that New York City restaurants were still going to be fucking closed, and I got a couple emails. Oh, that's not true. Well, you know what? This news came out after I did the show last week. So, Governor Nostrils said he would let New York City restaurants open for indoor dining, mind you, at 25% capacity in time for Valentine's Day, by Valentine's Day. So, great, wonderful. But he's keeping the 10 p.m. curfew in place. So, he's really not, he's not doing anybody any fucking favors. I mean, what's the fucking point, right? So you tell a city, a restaurant in the city that's been fucking starving for almost a year, all right? Oh, you could open 25% capacity, but you got to be closed by 10 o'clock. So they can't even turn that fucking dining room over more than 3 times. And honestly, even at 3 times, at 25% capacity, they're not even making a fucking profit. They're not breaking even. It's going to cost them money to fucking open. So listen, if you're going to put a 25% limitation on the fucking restaurant, right? At least let them stay open till midnight. Makes no fucking sense. I mean, this moron should really consult with a hospitality professional. Hey, Nostrils, I tell you what I'm going to do. Just for the sake of the people in New York, okay? You give me a call. I'll be happy to counsel you on how to do this fucking this reopening properly, okay? You stupid fucking asshole. Anyhow, so the New York State Tavern Association. Now, mind you, I mean, unless you just landed on planet Earth, we all know that fucking the Super Bowl is this Sunday, right? So the New York State Tavern Association has begged Nostrils in a letter to let them stay open past 10 o'clock on Super Bowl Sunday, right? So that the patrons can stay until the game ends, which will keep them from gathering in homes and limiting the living room spread, right? But this jerk-off doubled down and said, no. Everything's got to be closed by 10 o'clock, further punching the hospitality business in the pockets, all right? Meanwhile, that fucking, that knothead in Jersey, Phil Murphy, Governor Murphy, he's actually allowing restaurants and bars in his state to stay open until midnight for the Super Bowl. Which makes sense. I mean, from someone who goes, oh, you got to follow the numbers and follow the science. If you're claiming that all the spikes in the state are contributed to fucking living room spread on one of the biggest gatherings of the year, even more so than fucking Christmas, I swear to God, why would you not let the restaurants stay open till midnight? It's at least a controlled environment. They could curtail the spread. They could keep it locked in. You can't stand up unless you put your mask on like the fucking Manchurian Candidate or anything like that. No. 10 o'clock. They all got to close. So, these bars and restaurants are not going to make a shit ton of money. That's just a fact. You're going to force some of them to stay open till past 10 o'clock, which is going to now jeopardize their liquor license, because there are some stupid restaurant owners out there that'll do that. You know what? I don't mean stupid in a negative sense in that term. I mean, look, if I was a restaurant owner, I'd probably do the same thing. It's stupid in the sense that you have to risk your own fucking livelihood in order to keep people safe and to make a fucking profit so that you can pay your goddamn bills, mortgage, rent, and the whole 9 yards, right? So, yeah, this asshole is actually forcing them to do that. Okay? He keeps this shit up. He's going to completely destroy, if he hasn't already, the entire hospitality industry in and around New York State, New York City. I mean, it's disgusting. It really is it's ridiculous, okay? So, the man is just grossly incompetent. And speaking of incompetence, the state AG, I love this one. This actually tickled me this week, all right? So the state attorney general for New York, who's also a Democrat, by the way, has now opened an investigation in Cuomo's handling of the COVID deaths in nursing homes. Apparently, the governor's office, at the instruction of Governor Nostrils, has been misreporting the nursing home deaths that he is directly responsible for by as much as half. So, if he says 6 people died, it's really 12. So, think about this for a second. This guy ordered COVID-positive patients to be warehoused, basically, in fucking nursing homes where everybody there is, old and decrepit and dying from something. By doing that, he increased the spread of the coronavirus among the elderly and killed an unconscionable number of old people, people's grandparents, parents, whatever the fuck. Okay? And then purposely misreports the actual number of deaths so that he doesn't look bad. Okay? I'm going somewhere with this. So now they're trying to determine his level of culpability in these tragic and senseless deaths. And, they can really only be attributed to his gross incompetence. Now, keep in mind, this is the same fucking guy, all right, that wrote a book about how great of a leader he was during a pandemic while the pandemic was still happening. Okay? He went on his fucking book signing tour in October, right? Then he gets an Emmy, right? This is also the same guy that just like every other fucking Democrat in the state or in the country blames Trump for their own stupidity. It's also the same guy that gets a fucking Emmy award for his comforting daily briefings where he brought you just the facts. But some of those are facts where actually how many people he killed. So, you know what? Honestly, I hope they fucking indict this jerk off on fucking manslaughter. It couldn't happen to a nicer cocksucker. Okay? Honestly. That's honestly true. So when I heard this, I said, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Okay? And now he's backpedaling and all this other bullshit. Please. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. I mean, if they impeach the president to throw him out of office after he left office, they should fucking hang this son of a bitch. Anyhow, I'll digress. That's your Corona update. So, get those tickets out, kids, because it's time to take your favorite ride of the day. That magical, mystical trip on the crazy train. Oh, bud! Woo-hoo! Okay, first stop, New York City. Now, this is sad but funny. Tony Bennett, okay, very, very well-known performer, at the age of 94, has confirmed that he has Alzheimer's. Like your gods. I lost my mind in San Francisco. Hey, who am I? Okay. So this poor fuck with his wig. He doesn't know who he is. He recognized Lady Gaga, though. Which, your brain has to be completely dead to not recognize her. But, yeah, so he's got Alzheimer's. Next stop, Washington, D.C., my favorite part of town these days. So, Biden's new campaign. Get this stuff. Get this shit. So Joe Biden has this new campaign, and this was actually originally proposed. I have to preface this. This idea was originally proposed under to President Trump, under the Trump administration, and he shot it down because he said this is fucking dumb. Man's not wrong. So Joe Biden wants to mail everyone a paper mask. You know, like those disposable surgical masks, those blue ones. You know what I'm talking about? Those. Okay. So he wants to mail everybody a fucking mask. But are you fucking kidding me? I mean, this cognitively challenged fuck. Okay. This is a good idea. This is nothing but a colossal waste of time and money. Let me tell you why. Because everybody's already got a fucking mask. They got multiple masks. First of all, what the fuck are you going to do with one mask? Okay, you know, if you... And I've seen this, and it drives me insane, and then that's why I say these fucking masks are a joke. You have to change your mask every day. Really, you should be changing it with every use. Now, as much as I don't think these things fucking work, when I leave the house, I keep a couple of them in my car. New ones, fresh ones, every day. I grab like a handful of them, okay? So like the paper ones I think are useless. I don't even use them. But you see people walking around with these things, and they look like they got a fucking skid mark across the front. I mean, they're wearing them to the point where it's just fucking nauseating. They're dirty. They're disgusting. I mean, how is this saving you from getting a fucking virus? How? Okay? You have to dispose of these fucking things. Okay? One and done. That's it. You use it. You go into a store. Before you get in your car, take it off, drop it in the garbage pail, get back in the fucking car, take a fresh one next time you get out of the car. That's how you do it. Okay? If you have any chance of this shit working. So if you send somebody one, they're going to use this fucker, especially if it's a liberal that voted for... Oh, this is starting the president. Yeah, please. Shove it up your fucking ass. Okay, so... And this is really... He's doing this to coincide with... forget the 100-day mask up bullshit. He's doing this to coincide with the new federal mask mandate that went into effect this week. Which... Here's a useful law that he signed into federal law. You have to wear a mask on any federal property. And you have to use a mask when using any type of public transportation. So he needed to sign this into law. Well, I got news for you. We've been fucking doing this already for a year, okay? It hasn't changed anything. People still getting it. Hospital rates are going up. They don't work. Plain and fucking simple. You maybe have a shot if you do it properly, but... Most of these fucking people, they're all fucking momos. They don't know. Half of them are wearing it. Listen, you know what? Even lately, I find myself pulling it down under my nose a little bit because if I'm wearing my glasses and I keep it up here, it fogs my fucking glasses up. I had to go to Macy's the other day, right? I had to pay my bill because it never fucking works when you try to do it through online. So I go to Macy's to pay my bill. So I was wearing my glasses. I had my fucking... I couldn't see. Like I'm talking. I'm looking at the thing, and my fucking glasses are fogging up. So I pulled the thing down a little bit so I could see. And the girl goes, "Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you to pull your mask up all the way over your nose." Now, when I pulled it down, it was just sitting under my nose. So my nose was kind of still tucked into the mask. And I looked at it and I went, "What do you want me to do? You want me to be able to see and conduct this transaction, or do you want me to just sit here like a fucking momo with my glasses fogged up?" She said, "Oh, your glasses are fogging up?" "Yeah, that's why they're white." Okay, asshole. So this is Biden's brainstorm. He's like, "Well, the Trump administration failed to do this, so we're going to do it." Blow me. Anyhow, so, I mean, this new administration is an unmitigated fucking disaster. I mean, this douchebag has been president for less than a fucking month, okay? Less than a month. And he's already plunged the economy further into a fucking recession than it needed to be. Okay, first day on the job, he killed thousands of fucking jobs and then completely fucked up the entire corona vaccine distribution plan that the Trump administration had laid out, okay? Which... The Trump administration had laid out this plan and implemented it, and it was already reaching 900,000 plus vaccinations per day. This fucking doddering old bastard comes in, touches everything, and he fucked it all up. Now we're running out of fucking vaccine. They can't distribute it properly. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're losing entire fucking shipments of it. They don't know what the hell's happening. And he's like... And, of course, the knee-jerk reaction is let's blame the man who's not even in office anymore, Donald Trump, okay, who's enjoying his time over at Mar-a-Lago. Pretty soon he's going to come back and you're going to hear, "Miss me yet?" So, Yeah, that guy's a fucking delight. Okay, next stop on the crazy train. We're going to still stay in D.C. now. Let's talk about the new White House press secretary, Jen Psaki. Now, listen. Nobody is a bigger fan of redheads than me. Most people who know me know that to be true. But this broad is definitely no Kayleigh McEnany. McEnany? I never say her last name right, but this chick was a fucking spitfire when she was working for Trump. I mean, she took no bullshit from nobody. I mean, let's face it, the press corps was not nice to her, or even Sarah Huckabee. Remember Sarah Huckabee? She looked like a walrus. These were tough broads. They were pocket rockets. And you know what? They answered questions. Whether you wanted to hear the answer or not, they fucking answered the questions. This broad is fucking horrible. First of all, the press softballs her questions. They're not really fucking challenging questions like they were giving Kayleigh. But when she doesn't want to answer something, I'm going to just circle back around and get back to you. I'm going to circle back. She's been circling back around for a month and a half and still hasn't answered a single fucking question this broad, okay? And you know, when you want to look at, like, aesthetics here, I mean, it's no contest. So, I mean, it's just... Good luck, America. I mean, we're in for a fucking bumpy ride. It's only February. It's not even a month yet. Okay? Wait. So, sports update. Super Bowl Sunday. Right around the corner. A couple days away. Now, I love Super Bowl Sunday. Now, I told you last week. I called it. I said Tampa Bay takes this by 10 points. And you know what? I think Vegas fucking agrees with me right now. Okay, because the line on it, they got 3.5 points that they got to cover. Now, oddly enough, they placed Tampa as the underdog. Okay, so Casey's favored to win. So, like I said, the line is about 3.5. I think it's 171 to 1 for Tampa. I think those were the odds, if I remember right. So, listen, if you're smart, bet on Tampa to win, cover the point spread by 10 points. You'll be happy you did. It's like I said, it's a 3.5 spread. You bet them to win by 10, you'll be good to go. Hockey. So your New York Rangers won 2 in a row already. That's 2 in a row. Well, you know what? That's something to be somewhat happy about. I mean, the Islanders and the Rangers were fighting for last place last I checked, and now this puts the Rangers comfortably above last. Okay, so they're one spot above last place. So they're like, you know, second to last or something like that. So let's talk about Tony DeAngelo, their defenseman, number 77. I told you I love this kid. He's Italian, he's from Jersey. He's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Apparently he's got a little too much of a chip on his shoulder. Now, here's what happened. He's been on the end of the fucking Rangers' nose for a hot minute now, okay? He caught a penalty, I think their first game out, and they sat him down. And then they put him on. They suspended him for 2 games for unsportsmanlike conduct because I told you he slammed the fucking door of the penalty box. Big deal. So he comes back. They play. I think they're playing the Penguins, and the last couple seconds of the game, their goalie Alexander Gorchev, if I'm fucking rusky. Anyhow, he misreads a signal from Tony, lets a fucking puck go slide past him. Penguins scored a winning goal in overtime. So naturally, this kid had something to say to the fucking goalie. That led to them throwing some hands in the fucking corridor, hallway to the locker room. Fight gets broken up. I guess that was the last straw for the fucking Rangers, and they put this kid on waivers. They're trying to trade him out. Now, ordinarily, that shouldn't be a reason to dismiss somebody, but I think there's a bigger problem here. See, apparently, the Rangers have a new rookie player, Keandre Miller. It's probably the second black kid in the NHL. Not that that's a bad thing. She's a rookie. So, I mean, you know, rookies on teams get hazed. And apparently Tony's been fucking hazing the kid. So they don't want this to be turned into like a BLM type of thing, or, you know, have it come down to, oh my God, Tony's being racist type of thing. So I think they're just making an example out of this to detract from that. So to, you know, avoid a bigger problem. I sort of understand the thought process here behind management. I thought Tony was a good fucking defenseman. He was. I mean, last year he scored 53 points in 73 games. I mean, he's one of the top scorers on the fucking team. So we're gonna miss that. We're gonna miss that type of play in the defense area. But don't worry, because I want to talk to you about a new kid. Well, it's not really new. They signed him last October. He's from Long Island, from Island Park, mind you, right around here. Okay, another Paisan, number 22, Anthony Potetto, defenseman, obviously replacing D'Angelo, who scored a last-minute goal in second period last night. Apparently, I think it was his third official NHL goal. I mean, he's been playing taxi leagues for a while, but so let's hope he keeps that type of fucking game up. You gotta give the kid credit. He's from New York. He's from the island. Grew up a Rangers fan, and he's Italian. I mean, what else could you possibly fucking want here, right? Okay, so Islanders are playing the Penguins tonight, and then the Islanders will play the Rangers again on Monday night. NBA, Nets play the Raptors, Bulls play Magic tonight, and the Knicks are playing the Cavs tomorrow. No basketball you really need to pay attention to on Sunday. I don't think they're running any other games on Sunday. That would be stupid with the Super Bowl on. So, there's that. Okay. So, on your next favorite bit, what the fuck is that? We're going to talk about Joe Biden's new health secretary, Rachel Levine. Okay? Now, Rachel used to be named Richard Levine. All right? But he dropped the dick, literally. His name was Dick Levine, and apparently inside of his Dick Levine persona lived a budding Jewish girl by the name of Rachel. Okay, I mean... he looks like Rick Moranis in drag. Or Dana Carvey or some kind of fucking Disney nightmare. Now, he, she, it... I mean, I don't even know what fucking pronoun to use, honestly. In my opinion... If it was up to me, I would use the pronoun that you were originally born with. I don't know if this guy actually went for the fucking surgery. If he did, he should get his money back. I mean, because he might have been, a moderately ugly guy, but he's a really ugly broad. I mean, he looks like an old Jewish booby, like an old, not like a boob, but like an old Jewish yenta, like a grandma or something. It's just nothing you want to look at. Okay. Anyway, this person is originally a pediatrician from Pennsylvania. Okay? And in PA, Rachel served... I can't even know what the fuck to call him. Rachel served as the state health secretary, which, I mean, look at this one. Does this look like any kind of person that should be advising on health? I mean, look... Them being the health secretary in Pennsylvania is acceptable if they're like an Amish country, because I lived in Amish country for a hot minute. That's about as healthy as they get, honestly. I mean, look, it's not their fault. They do a lot of things with baked goods. They use a lot of butter and whole fats and stuff like that, and pork products and everything. Whoopie pies are delightful, but, they're not very forgiving on the waistline. But as the person who's in charge of health for the nation, I mean, come on. Really? What the fuck are they going to tell me about being healthy? Okay? I was just mutant going to counsel the nation on health when they look like the fucking poster child for diabetes and heart disease. I mean, honestly, okay? On top of that, it's like fucking Yentl in reverse. I mean, you can tell that this is not a Brooklyn Jew. Otherwise, that conversation would have went completely in a completely different direction. I mean, could you imagine this? What are you doing? What is this? But all of a sudden now we want to be a woman? Wait, 1 minute you had a schmeckel and 2 matzo balls and now you want a hamantaschen? This is what not for nothing, but, you aren't a very handsome man, but you're a horror as a woman. I mean, listen, instead of doing this, why don't you go downstairs, lock the door, put on a dress, dance around for an hour and a half, you come back upstairs. We pretend that we don't have to know, okay? But should we have bat mitzvahed you? What are you doing? Look at you. You're embarrassing everyone. You're making the children cry in the corner. If you're at the temple davening, your wig is going to fall off. Stop it. This is where the country's going, okay? Anyway, enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Keep those shovels out for the snow. And kids, I'll see you when I see you.